Something really interesting is happening with Bancor, which is one of the cryptocurrencies out there. First off, read this disclaimer carefully and do your good deed of the day by liking and subscribing. Okay, so I have the crypto here. Bancor US dollar, BNT / USD. Let's first quickly look at the company's website. Here is the Bancor website. So let's just quickly, read, what this company, this crypto is about. So Bancor, it consists of a series of smart contracts that manage the on-chain conversion of tokens. The protocol makes it effortless and quick to convert tokens without having to go through an exchange. Yeah, so that is certainly very, very useful. So Bancor and Uniswap are the front runners for this new DeFi trend. Yeah. Let's look at the charts, and then we will look at Bancor in a bit more detail later on. So here are the weekly data points, and you can see that we have had a rather impressive rally here from the lows, and we did go up here to try to challenge some of the highs we made in 2018. One of the things that just jump at me from the chart, it's this pattern right here. So let's just look a bit here at the time cycles. We approximately have some time cycles around here. Let's do it like this. So there's something about this that suggests there could be a potential deeper pullback on the horizon based on the recent cycles. Something that happened the previous time we had a rather meaningful pullback. You can see this on the RSI. First, you have this high, and then you make a lower high. So here we see something that is a little bit too similar to this. Because this is one of the cryptocurrencies that is, a lot of the cryptocurrencies are frankly very dependent on momentum. So without a flow, just a tsunami of money coming in, the pullback can become self-reinforcing pretty fast. So that is certainly the risk we have here with these similar RSI patterns. But yeah, looking here at the correlation, we do have a 36% positive with the S&P 500. Let's look here at the daily data points. So you see that throughout this super rally, we used this purple 20-day moving average, boom, 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 as a key support level. So that has been a good time to buy. We have slipped below it, and as you can see today, it is a resistance level. So what was once support has now become resistance. Of course, it is fully possible for the bulls to reclaim, a lost moving average, and then to flip it to support. But the issue here is that the 20-day has gone from being positive to now becoming negative. So I think that at this point right here, right now, the leverage has flipped over to the bears. And it will stay bearish as long as this is a resistance level. Okay, looking at the RSI, we do see that if you compare the previous time where we had a major pullback right here, you do see this deterioration on the RSI, and similarly we do have a deterioration on the RSI. How securities react to indicators like the RSI and also the PPO, it differs between securities, and because some securities, for them it will actually be bullish if the RSI cools down, because it will become more of a value play. But from a technical standpoint, a value play, but securities that are very dependent on momentum, then the dynamic changes. Then we could quickly get situations like with Bancor, where the buyers don't really show up and treat the situation as a value situation until you get oversold levels on the RSI. So yeah, so that's Bancor. A bit of a messy situation. The rally was very euphoric. And there is this deterioration that could become self-reinforcing, especially as long as the 20-day moving average holds as resistance. So that is sort of like the key line in the sand. So looking long into the future, I am speculatively bullish on Bancor. Looking at the shorter time frame, I would lean bearish just based on the current setup and how it has behaved, during a previous big rally. Okay, so let's look at the king, that's Bitcoin. Another thing happening to the cryptocurrencies is regulation. There's been a lot of talk about, when is it going to come? But many cryptocurrencies will be regulated as securities. Like, as if they were basically some kind of stock. That will be a game changer. It doesn't mean like doom and gloom for cryptos, but the freedom that they have had for some time, that will just disappear, because there's a huge difference between being a currency and being like a stock, that is used to raise money, and that is essentially, what many of the cryptos have been doing. So that will be bearish if it becomes law. Okay, so here is the king, the Bitcoin. Okay, so when we look at the most recent developments, the bulls, they are strong. You can see that this blue. Well, let's actually go here to the daily data points. So here you can see that this big rally here from the rounding bottom lows, it has been supported by the 50-day moving average in green. It's been a good buy level. I certainly do like the new pattern we have here on Bitcoin. We have this rise decline cycle patterns where you have higher highs and higher lows. If you look at the the 3 previous times, we did have a little bit of a pullback here before the surge. Here we have that pullback before the surge. What is a bit of an issue here, that is the current development here. We do have, we did have some weakness back here, a little bit of a cool down. So in and of itself, it's not like a disaster, but what we do see here as well on the RSI is that you do have this decline here on the RSI. And Bitcoin is, it is very dependent on momentum. So if you look at, some of the previous big pullbacks in Bitcoin, like here, in this instance, you can see that deterioration here on the RSI. And the bulls, they don't really get into action in a big way until you have like oversold levels. That's when you have those like big fights. So yeah. If you look here, especially at the weekly data points, this rally, it has been rather aggressive. If we do some comparisons here, if you look at, let's look at it from the 200-week moving average in red. We have this rally, and then we have from the 200-week here to the recent high. So in 196 days, 295-ish% gain. Here, 364. And more than 1,000% gain. So basically, we are very much, due some deeper correction here for Bitcoin. So that is just something to have on your radar. Yeah, I don't think we have time to go into big detail here on Bancor. But yeah, to gain access to all the research, you can just go here. And the great thing here is that I'm creating these investing courses and seminars, which will make it a lot easier for you to really catch, big fish.